I had 2 corneal transplants.
As a teenager.
Yeah. And I say young adult as well.
Yeah.
And I went through those 2 corneal transplants, and thinking that I was going to come out from the corneal transplants to be able to see better, and it seemed like it got worse.
Yeah. A lot of people think that after corneal transplant that they're going to wake up and be able to see.
Exactly.
But what happens is because you're putting a donor cornea on your cornea, you get all that irregular astigmatism.
Right.
So even though I think when I first saw you, you were like 2100 vision. It's not a clear, crisp 20. It's 2100, but it's kind of smeary.
Right.
Because of that irregular astigmatism. So, and that's why you had the restriction on your driver's license to not be able to drive. What were the restrictions?
Let's see. Daylight driving only, 45 miles per hour, and no interstate.
And that has really restricted you, hasn't it?
It has restricted me. Yes.
Yeah. Not be able to go out of town. You said because you were trying to get out of town and everything.
To do business, and it's hard. You have to rely on someone to come and pick you up and take you here and there, especially at night. I relied on my family. And then interstate driving, I relied on my family to be able to go back and forth.
Well, I love that we just switched last night to daylight savings, or we switched ahead, so now we have now you have till 7:30 now. But it's tough in the winter, I'm sure, because it's dark at 5 o'clock.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I would kind of wish it would stay,
Yeah.
like it is, all the time. But,
so when how did you even hear to come to get sclerals? How did you know about sclerals?
I heard it from Debbie in here. I kept seeing the pamphlets, and that's what made me kind of wonder and then, I was like, well, I wonder if they can be fitted on me, and I could be fitted in them, and that's what made me kind of want to do more and more. I was like, I gotta get my license back.
Yeah. Right. Now, when you got fit in the sclerals, what was that like for you the first time you put them on and you could see?
Oh, wow. I was about to be emotional, but I was trying not to cry, so that it wouldn't move or pop out or something, because I'm used to the hard lens. When I had hard lens, where they would move, pop out, they wouldn't sit up on the cornea right, and it was hard to adjust. It was painful. And with the sclerals, it was like a miracle. I was like, I can see. These are my eyes. I can see.
Yeah.
And I have a miracle doctor, a kind, caring miracle eye doctor, because it's hard to find a good one that really cares, because I've been in and out of eye doctors all my life.
I bet. You want to know my memory of you when you put them on? You don't even remember you did this probably, but I walked in the room and you were doing this.
Right.
And I thought you were hot because, I'm at that age where sometimes
Right. You get hot.
I just get that and I'm doing that.
It.
And you were doing this and I said, oh, are you hot? Because I thought I was going to turn the air conditioner on. And you said, no, I'm just praising God. And I thought that was the sweetest thing. Because I was like, I thought, okay, you were hot, but it was kind of sweet. And then you read all the way down the chart and so you read to 2025.
I couldn't believe it. And, and not being able to see like I should be, was able to see until I got the sclerals in. I was like, wow. It was a miracle in itself. And then, I thought about some of the patients like that are blind and different things running through my mind at the time, the thoughts. And I was like, wow, this is a miracle.
Yeah.
And I kept saying she's a miracle doctor.
Oh, you're saying that? Well, it's fun for me. It's so exciting for me to see somebody that you take somebody like you that's, restricted license, you're struggling, you're relying on family, you can't see to drive, and then it just turn that around in an instant to fit you in something that can totally change that. And the first thing I said to you after we do that is you need to go get that restriction off your driver's license.
You sure did.
Because you're 20/25 vision, you see just as well as everybody else that goes to the DMV. So that's why you're here today, to pick up that letter to say, go have that restriction removed, go on the interstate, go drive after dark, go do all those things that we take for granted that we can do. And so I'm excited for you. I really am.
Thank you so much for caring. And you're the first eye doctor that I've met that, I guess, pretty much puts the sclerals out here for the keratoconus patients and the ones that have the eye diseases.
Yeah.
And that's what was a shock. I was like, I finally found a doctor that has all this technology.
Yeah. There's not a lot of us. There is not a lot of us.
Right.
Because keratoconus is not are really, only probably 3% of the population have it. But if you're one of that 3% that has it, it can completely change your.
I know,
change your life,
and I
so.
tell everybody, I'm like, if you have an eye disease or keratoconus or anything, go to Dr. Marcusson so she can treat you. You know.
Well, you're sweet. Well, I'm excited for you. I really am. And I appreciate you sharing your story.
Yeah, thank you so much for caring. You was like, telling me different things about the sclerals. Mm-hmm. Debbie was too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she put it out there, and she was like, you're going to love them, talking about the different patients that have them.
Yeah. You don't know until you don't know until you see it for the first time. So.